Gather round the campfire, my friends, and let me spin you a tale that will send shivers down your spine. Picture yourselves on a ship, sailing through the cold, dark waters of the North Atlantic. The sky is overcast, the moon and stars obscured by thick clouds. The waves crash against the hull, and the wind howls through the rigging. It's in these treacherous waters that sailors have long whispered of a monstrous creature lurking in the depths, ready to drag entire ships and their crews to a watery grave. This creature, my friends, is the Kraken, one of the most fearsome and enduring legends of the sea. The Kraken is often described as a colossal sea monster, taking the form of a giant squid or octopus. Imagine an enormous twisting mass of tentacles, each as thick as a tree trunk and covered in powerful suckers, capable of grasping and crushing anything within their reach. These tentacles, writhing and coiling, can reach up from the ocean depths to wrap around the masts and hulls of ships, dragging them down into the abyss. But that's not all. The Kraken's body is said to be so large that it can be mistaken for an island, its surface covered in muck and debris from the ocean floor. This massive, muscular mass is covered in rough, leathery skin that seems almost impenetrable. Shades of deep green, grey and black blend seamlessly with the dark, murky waters, making it nearly invisible until it's too late. Imagine sailing close to what you think is a small, uncharted island, only to have it rise from the depths with a terrifying primordial roar. The Kraken's eyes are particularly fearsome. They are said to be as large as dinner plates, glowing with an eerie, otherworldly light that can pierce through the darkness of the ocean depths. These eyes, set deep in the Kraken's massive head, can strike fear into the hearts of even the bravest sailors. Imagine looking over the side of your ship and seeing those enormous glowing eyes staring back at you, filled with a cold, calculating intelligence. And then there's the Kraken's beak. Sharp and powerful, it is capable of tearing through the hulls of ships, making escape nearly impossible for those unfortunate enough to encounter this beast. The beak, hidden within the mass of tentacles, is as strong as iron, capable of crushing the hardest substances. Picture this monstrous mouth opening wide, ringed with sharp teeth, ready to engulf anything that comes too close. The Kraken's origins are deeply rooted in Norse mythology and Scandinavian folklore, dating back to the 12th century. The first written account of the Kraken comes from the Icelandic saga Orvar Odda, where it is referred to as the Hafgufa, a giant sea monster feared by all who sailed the northern seas. According to ancient legends, the Kraken dwells off the coasts of Norway and Greenland, hiding in the dark, icy waters of the North Atlantic. It is said to rise from the depths only when it is hungry, causing chaos and destruction in its wake. One of the earliest and most detailed descriptions of the Kraken comes from the 18th century Swedish naturalist Carl Linnaeus. In his scientific work Systema Naturae, Linnaeus classified the Kraken as a cephalopod, giving it the name Microcosmus marinus. Although Linnaeus later removed the Kraken from his taxonomy, the creature's legend continued to grow, fueled by sailors' tales and the accounts of explorers who ventured into the uncharted waters of the North Atlantic. Norwegian bishop and writer Erik Pontoppidan also played a significant role in spreading the legend of the Kraken. In the mid-18th century, Pontoppidan published The Natural History of Norway, where he described the Kraken as a colossal creature that could reach over a mile in length. Pontoppidan recounted the stories of Norwegian fishermen who reported seeing the Kraken rise from the depths, its body covered in a layer of muck and debris that made it look like an island. These fishermen claimed that the Kraken's presence would attract fish, making it a boon for their catch, but they also warned of the deadly danger it posed. Pontoppidan also recounted an alarming event where a ship was attacked by the Kraken. According to the story, the Kraken wrapped its massive tentacles around the vessel, crushing it and pulling it beneath the waves. The crew, in a desperate attempt to save themselves, hacked at the tentacles with axes, but their efforts were in vain. The ship and its crew were lost to the depths, leaving only a few survivors to tell the tale. Such stories only added to the mystique and fear surrounding the Kraken, cementing its place in maritime lore. As time passed, the Kraken's legend spread beyond Scandinavia, captivating the imaginations of people around the world. The famous French writer Jules Verne included a giant squid inspired by the Kraken in his novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. In this classic tale, the submarine Nautilus encounters the monstrous creature, resulting in a dramatic battle between the crew and the beast. Similarly, the American poet Alfred Lord Tennyson penned a sonnet titled The Kraken, in which he described the creature as lying in the depths of the ocean, waiting to rise at the end of the world. Tennyson's poem captures the eerie and timeless nature of the Kraken, portraying it as a primordial force of the sea, below the thunders of the upper deep, far, far beneath in the abysmal sea, his ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep. The Kraken sleepeth, faintest sunlights flee about his shadowy sides. Above him swell huge sponges of millennial growth and height, and far away into the sickly light, from many a wondrous grot and secret cell, unnumbered and enormous, polypy winnow with giant arms the slumbering green. There hath he lain for ages, and will lie battening upon huge sea worms in his sleep, until the latter fire shall heat the deep. Then once by man and angels to be seen, in roaring he shall rise and on the surface die. The idea of the Kraken, a creature lurking in the depths, waiting for the right moment to rise, taps into a primal fear of the unknown that lies beneath the ocean's surface. For centuries, sailors have faced the dangers of the sea, from storms and treacherous currents to mysterious creatures that defy explanation. The Kraken embodies this fear, a monstrous being that could strike without warning and drag a ship and its crew into the dark, cold depths. Throughout history, there have been numerous reported sightings of giant sea creatures that many believe could be the Kraken. One of the most famous accounts comes from the 18th century, when a French warship, the Leviathan, encountered a massive sea creature off the coast of Angola. The crew described the creature as having tentacles over 30 feet long, and despite their efforts to capture it, the beast escaped, leaving the sailors shaken and convinced they had encountered the legendary Kraken. In more recent times, there have been sightings and encounters that suggest the existence of a giant cephalopod. In 2004, a team of Japanese scientists filmed a giant squid in its natural habitat for the first time. The footage showed a squid measuring over 26 feet in length, confirming that these enormous creatures do exist in the deep ocean. While the giant squid is a known species, the idea of an even larger and more fearsome creature lurking in the depths continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. The Kraken's influence extends beyond literature and sailors' tales. It has become a fixture in popular culture. From movies and video games to books and television shows, the Kraken is often depicted as a symbol of the mysterious and terrifying power of the ocean. It serves as a reminder of the vast, unexplored depths of the sea and the creatures that may inhabit them. One of the reasons the Kraken remains such a compelling myth is the ocean's vastness and mystery. Even with modern technology, we have explored only a small fraction of the ocean's depths. The idea that there could be creatures as yet undiscovered, living in the dark and cold waters of the deep sea, is both thrilling and terrifying. The Kraken, with its immense size and power, represents the ultimate unknown, a force of nature that humanity cannot control or fully understand. The Kraken's legend has also been kept alive by the accounts of sailors and fishermen who have encountered strange and inexplicable phenomena at sea. From giant tentacles appearing suddenly from the depths to mysterious disappearances of ships, these stories add to the mystique and fear surrounding the Kraken. While many of these accounts can be explained by natural phenomena or known species, the possibility of encountering something truly monstrous continues to haunt the imagination. In the end, the tale of the Kraken is a testament to the power of myth and storytelling. It is a story that has been passed down through generations, evolving with each retelling, but always maintaining its core element of a fearsome sea monster that embodies the dangers and mysteries of the ocean. Whether the Kraken is real or purely a creation of human imagination, its legend serves as a reminder of the awe-inspiring and sometimes terrifying power of nature. The Kraken's appearance is the stuff of nightmares. Its tentacles, reaching up to grasp ships, are lined with hundreds of powerful suckers, each one capable of gripping with a force that can shatter bones and splinter wood. The suckers are not smooth, but lined with sharp teeth-like structures that can tear through flesh. Imagine the horror of seeing these tentacles rise from the water, glistening with a thick, slimy substance as they wrap around the masts and hulls of ships. The Kraken's body, rising from the depths, is a sight to behold. It is an immense, muscular mass covered in rough, leathery skin that seems almost impenetrable. The skin's colours blend seamlessly with the ocean, making it an effective predator. Its head is massive, with eyes that glow with an eerie luminescence, providing it with perfect vision in the pitch-black depths. The Kraken's beak, large and formidable, is capable of crushing the hardest substances, and its mouth, ringed with sharp teeth, is a terrifying sight as it opens to engulf its prey. As the Kraken rises, the sea around it churns violently, creating whirlpools that pull everything into its grasp. The noise is deafening, a cacophony of crashing waves and the beast's own monstrous roars. The stench of decay and the ocean's depths fill the air, overwhelming the senses. In such a moment, it becomes clear why the Kraken is one of the most feared creatures of the sea, a force of nature that strikes without warning and leaves nothing but destruction in its wake. So as you sit by the campfire, listening to the crackling flames and the distant sounds of the ocean, remember the tale of the Kraken. Think of the sailors who have braved the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic, their hearts filled with both fear and wonder at the possibility of encountering this legendary beast. The Kraken may be a myth, but it is a myth that continues to capture our imaginations, reminding us of the vast, unexplored world that lies beneath the waves. And who knows? Perhaps somewhere in the depths of the ocean, the Kraken still sleeps, waiting for the day when it will rise once more to the surface and remind us of the mysteries that the sea still holds.